Now at the Home Depot, receive 12 months special financing and free basic installation on carpet projects with LifeProof with pet-proof technology, Home Decorators Collection, and Traffic Master carpets. Bring a new look to your floors, or give them a durable surface that stands up to life's tough messes. Get 12 months special financing on installed carpet projects right now at the Home Depot. Offer valid March 12th through March 29th, 2026. Exclusions and additional charges may apply. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
This is Optimal Finance Daily. 7 Streams of Income, The Millionaire's Secret, Part 1, by Dr. Jeff Anzalone with physicianonfire.com. When I began a startup specialist dental practice in 2005, I mainly focused on networking with other dentists for referrals and anything else I could to increase my new patient numbers. As a matter of fact, this was my main focus for years. Young doctors are hungry and new patients are their food for survival. So immediately we go from training and not worrying about money to entering the race, the rat race. Unfortunately, this is a race that nobody can win, yet most of us, myself included, enter whether we realize it or not. Sometimes people stay in this race for their entire careers, not knowing any better. For others, they understand that the key to health, wealth, and happiness is exiting the race once financial freedom is accomplished. But how can a well-trained professional, like a doctor, dig out from hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt over the course of their career, keep up their lifestyle, and still become financially free? Unfortunately, most can't. The main reason is that they focus on only one core goal their entire career: making more money. Instead, they should think about how they're making money, more important. Does that make sense? If you're new to this blog, then you may be confused. What do I mean by how we make money? It wasn't until I started educating myself about finances that I learned about additional income streams, such as passive income. Let me explain. When you get out of school, typically you're focused on starting on your new career path only. For instance, if you're a new doctor, you'll have your sights set on working in medicine for the next 35 plus years, just as I did after dental school. There's nothing wrong with that path, as each person is different. But as you know, life isn't fair, and many of us face different challenges, such as an injury, loss of a spouse, and the like. Essentially, while you think you have the next 35 plus years all planned out, I can almost assure you it will not end up the way you think. That's life, so enjoy the ride. After I endured one of those challenges, a minor snow skiing accident, it occurred to me that all of our bills were being paid via the dental practice. If Dr. Jeff wasn't knee-deep in that mouth, no money was coming down the pipeline. That seems like a risky way to live, right? But hey, like I said, life isn't fair and things happen for a reason. Heck, if this hadn't happened, then you wouldn't be hearing any of my blog posts now. Once I realized where my income was coming from, I soon discovered I needed to hedge against future risk in the form of extra income streams, and I began researching what the average millionaire does. 3 types of income. Before we go any further, you should first realize that when it comes to making money, there are only 3 types of income: active or earned income, passive income, and portfolio income. Unfortunately, most people go their entire careers with only one income source: active income. Most people receive active income streams from their day job or business. This happens each day as you go to work and provide a service in which someone pays you. This type of income is also the highest taxed of the 3 income types. If you earn active income only, you're trading your time for money. passive income. This type of income is what I'm mainly focused on growing. It's not directly tied to active work performance. Sounds pretty cool, right? But realize that it has to come from somewhere. And that somewhere is typically the active income that's from the work you do. In other words, Dr. A treats patients and makes an annual salary. Instead of spending more than he makes, like many doctors do, he focuses on investing in assets that will provide extra cash to pay for his liabilities down the road. The IRS states that passive income streams are derived from rental properties, limited partnerships, or other enterprises in which one is not actively involved. Portfolio income. The third type of income is portfolio income. It's generated from dividends, interest payments, and capital gains from selling stocks. Multiple streams of income. After my skiing accident, I began to study how millionaires make their money. One of the things that stood out to me was the fact that most millionaires had multiple income streams. At that time, I only had one. Not good. I guess we really should not keep all of our eggs in one basket. Quote, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die." Warren Buffett. I understand that this idea of having new income streams sounds like a great way to live, but many people go through life and struggle to find and figure out how to create a single income stream, let alone more than one. Starting out, I felt the same way until I started studying what the most successful people were doing. It seems that many were learning from the same resources, such as books, podcasts, and courses. Two of the more popular books were Rich Dad, Poor Dad and The Millionaire Fast Lane. These different resources began to open my eyes to how I could get money to start working for me instead of the other way around. Now that we've discussed the three types of incomes and how important it is to not operate your financial life on relying on only one source, let's get into what we've all been waiting for, the 7 income streams of millionaires. What are the 7 streams of income? Hear those on tomorrow's episode. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled 7 Streams of Income, The Millionaire's Secret by Dr. Jeff Anzalone with physicianonfire.com. When you're ready to start a business, there's so much more to it than just filing paperwork. You need a business address, a website, a phone number, an operating agreement, basically a complete business identity. And Northwest Registered Agent helps you build all of that from day one. Northwest Registered Agent has been helping small business owners and entrepreneurs launch and grow businesses for nearly 30 years. They're the largest registered agent and LLC service in the U.S., with over 1,500 corporate guides, real people who know your local laws and can help you and your business every step of the way. Plus, your home address, personal email, and phone number stay private. No upsells, no selling your data. Don't pay hundreds or thousands of dollars for what you can get from Northwest for free. Visit northwestregisteredagent.com/OFD free and start using free resources to build something amazing. Get more with Northwest Registered Agent at northwestregisteredagent.com/OFD free.
America leads the world in medicine development. It matters. We get new medicines first, nearly 3 years faster. 5 million Americans go to work because we make medicines here at home. And not relying on other countries keeps us safe. But China is racing to overtake us. Will we let them, or will we choose to stay ahead? When America leads, America cures. Let's tell Washington to keep us in the lead.
Learn how at americacures.com. Paid for by pharma.
My favorite part of this article thus far is where Jeff says, quote, "The key to health, wealth, and happiness is exiting the race once financial freedom is accomplished," end quote. The rat race, from my perspective, simply isn't sustainable, whether you plan to retire early or work a traditional 40-year career. I found for myself that there was an opportunity to downshift even before reaching financial independence, which is defined as having an investment portfolio worth 25 times your annual expenses. And multiple streams of income can be a huge help in the process of downshifting. I think it's a good idea to have a pipeline of various ways you could make money. But you're realistically only going to have bandwidth to focus on 2 or 3 at a time. When I quit my job, I wrote out 14 potential streams of income to explore. And this was a combination of earned income, business profit, and other more passive options. Out of curiosity, I just reviewed that list again. I've really only dug in and explored 4 of those ideas. I feel pretty good about that because I recognize it's going to take me years to work through that list. Just a side note here, the term passive income bugs a lot of people because unless you're passively investing, there's some effort to set up a passive income stream. So a more accurate phrase might be front-loaded effort income. This is where you invest a lot of time in the beginning to set it up, but over time, you're able to exert less effort for more income. Well, that should do it for today. Have a happy rest of your day and a great weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow where we'll finish up this post and where your optimal life awaits.